Hello there! So what's in your mind when you think of frame data? If it's a table that consists of a lot of numbers and letters, well, you're right. It's just that only a small proportion of these data gives more information that you can put into practice easily in a game. There are only two data that you really need to pay attention to. The first one is startup animation. Startup animation is basically how many frames it takes for your move to hit. Narmaya's light attack has a startup animation of 5 frames, and her heavy attack has a startup animation of 10 frames. So if red Narmaya attacks with a light, while at the same time blue Narmaya attacks with a heavy, which attack would come out first? The answer is red Narmaya's, because her attack has less startup animation. Now hitting someone when they're attacking like this is called counter hit. Counter hit usually rewards players with extra plus frames or more combo opportunities. One example of how deadly counter hit can be is Lancelot's down special. Hitting someone with the stab here does 1.6k damage. However, if down special is a counter hit, it bounces the opponent off the ground. This can lead into insane combos. And this number is just a little more scary than 1.6k. So knowing startup animation speed is important because the ones who hits faster would be the one dealing damage to their opponent. But there's something even more important, and that is knowing whether you are at an advantage or a disadvantage when they block your attack. So for Percival's case, his close light attack is the fastest attack in his entire kit. So he attacks the opponent, but the opponent blocks it. This is where the attacker is stuck in an attacking animation and the blocker is stuck in a blocking state. Now if both of these Percivals attack with another light attack as soon as they can, which Percival would win the matchup? The answer is red Percival. He gets an advantage because his close light made him +2 on block, which means he'll get out of the attacking animation 2 frames earlier than the blocker gets out of their blocking state. If the attack is 0 on block, then both parties would be able to attack each other at the same time and no one wins the matchup. If the attack is -2 on block, then the blocker would win the matchup because he gets out of the blocking state 2 frames earlier than the attacker would get out of their attacking animation. Now how do we implement this into actual fights? The simplest application would be if you're doing an attack that's plus, you should probably continue to attack. And if you're doing an attack that's minus, that's when you probably want to block. Finding implementations of the knowledge you have about frame data is probably one of the most fun thing to do in Granblue Versus. Finding which moves are safe and which ones are punishable is like finding a solution to a problem or like solving a puzzle. Hopefully this little knowledge that I gave in this video can be beneficial to you. Thanks for watching.